Everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the regular council meeting of October the 24th, our last regular meeting for this council term, and begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather is the traditional unceded territory of the Katzie, Kwantlen, Matsqui, and Semiahmoo First Nations. Mayor Vanderbroek will not be attending today's meeting, so will be chairing the meeting as Deputy Mayor, and I'm Councillor Gail Martin. For any members of the public who are in attendance to watch these proceedings, welcome, and just a reminder to keep your mics and your camera turned off while you are in attendance. And joining us today, we have Councillor Paul Albrecht, Councillor Terry James, Councillor Nathan Bacall, Councillor Rudy Stordaboom, and Councillor Rosemary Wallace. We have Francis Chung, our Chief Administrative Officer, Darren Light, our Director of Corporate Services, and I think Graham is here too. Graham is the Deputy Director of Corporate Services. Carl Johansson, Director of Development Services, and Roy Beto is the Deputy Director of Development Services. Rick Baumhoff, Director of Recreation, Culture, and Community, Director of Engineering, Parks and Environment. And Hyrod Gill is the Manager of Engineering Services. Kim Hilton, Director of Recreation, Culture, and Community Services. Fire Chief Scott Kennedy. Kelly Kenny, our Corporate Officer. And is Paula still with us? Paula is our Deputy Corporate Officer, and Beckett Zeller, our Manager of Human Resources. So I'd like a motion to approve the agenda for October the 24th, the agenda be adopted as circulated.
Deputy Mayor, would we be able to just add an item to new business just to acknowledge the contributions of you, Deputy Mayor, and Councillor Stordaboom? I'd just like to say a few words, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd like to say a few words too, if I may.
And I guess that if it's doing it without having any advance notion, it's just a unanimous consent to add that to the agenda.
Yeah. Okay. All those in favor of the agenda? Opposed? Motion carries. So the next item is the Committee of the Whole. The Committee of the Whole meeting provides council the opportunity to hear input from the public and allows council a greater opportunity to speak to and debate specific agenda items. And a motion, please, that the council commence the Committee of the Whole. Mover, Councillor Albrecht, Councillor Stordaboom. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. First is bylaw 3227, the financial plan 2022 to 2026 bylaw amendment. It's a bylaw to amend the 2022-2026 capital improvement plan. And there's various projects, and we're going to have a presentation from Darren Light, our Director of Corporate Services.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So today there's 14 different projects that are included in this bylaw for amendment to our financial plan. The first few are related to grants that we've received from other agencies, including Coast Transportation Authority, or TransLink, as well as UBCM. And then there are some tenders that we had for some of our vehicle purchases that came in higher than we had anticipated due to the increased costs related to those items. And then there are a number of other smaller projects included in this budget amendment. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions from anyone? No. Ms. Kenny, has any correspondence been received with respect to the financial plan bylaw amendment?
No, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite members of the public in attendance at this meeting who wish to speak to the bylaw to present their comments. Ms. Kenny, do you have anyone that wishes to speak?
I don't see anyone with their hand up.
Okay, seeing no speakers, we'll move on to the development permit application approval DP 0422, 6141 200th Street, development of 746 square meter restaurant. Presentation from the development applications, Mr. Santa Ana. And are you presenting, Mr. Santa Ana? I see you're here.
It will not be myself, it will be Anna from our team and also members of the project that have been working on this restaurant, but I will be supporting, yes.
Thank you. Go ahead then.
Hello, Gail Martin and members of council. Thanks so much for having us today. I'll just present my screen, and I understand that this is a very quick 5-minute presentation, but I'll take you through our development permit application at a high level, and also address some of the items that members of council and in engineering has requested for change since our initial application. So this development application is for a new King Taps restaurant. It's located in the southeast corner of Willowbrook Mall along the intersection of 200th Street and Langley bypass. The development will replace an existing standalone commercial unit currently occupied by the Red Robin restaurant. The proposed new building will improve the streetscape of the mall and create a distinctive identity for the King Taps brand. As you can see, this is just a bit of context. This is the location of the proposed restaurant with some elevations of the existing building that we plan to replace. This is the plan that we've presented to council. In particular, I'd like to draw your attention to the addition of an accessible space for a total of 3, right close to the entrance of the restaurant. We've also, of course, respected the easement as part of the local bylaws and zoning. We've added electric vehicle charging stations, and we've also done some coordination with site services, which I'll take you through in a second here. So in terms of the program, this is the layout of our proposed restaurant with constituting a main bar area restaurant space, covered patio, and a separate bar lounge and a seasonal patio on the outside with movable furniture that is not going to be there full time. This is respecting the easement here. So just to draw your attention to that. And I think that's it for any changes or of course, you're welcome to ask questions. I can go back to these slides anytime. So in terms of development, we were just looking at the materiality that we wanted to identify. We're proposing Black American walnut mosaic type brick. We're going to, conceal the mechanical units with a type of perforated aluminum metal, and then follow this West Coast modern approach to this linear building. This is the elevation from 200th Street. This is one of the concerns that council or the development group brought to our attention. We've since animated the elevation by indicating a few more perforations and interest to the elevation to bring it a bit down to the pedestrian level, maintaining our same materiality here and enlivening the streetscape along 200th Street. This is just another elevation to indicate how the materials wrap around the building. So there's continuity. This is the entrance here. So we're proposing the appearance of black walnut and then this perforated metal cladding to wrap around the building. The proposed glazing system is intended to be clear, low-E coated insulated glass units with thermally broken aluminum frames. This is intended to maintain environmental awareness and efficiency, energy efficiency with the building. And also the use of materiality that I mentioned before with the brick masonry veneer and wood or wood finish composite panels. So here's an image of the building in axonometric view. It's usually easier to digest in this perspective. You can see here's the entrance and then the covered patio followed by the movable patio on the outside. This is what the accessible parking space looks like. And that's it for that. Just a different perspective, just drawing attention to the natural biosphere that we added to mitigate stormwater runoff in this area. The intent here was to acknowledge quantity from 100-year storm conditions. And so that's been integrated into our design and coordinated with our civil engineer as well as our landscape architect. So we just wanted to address that's been taken care of in collaboration with the engineering department of the city. Here's our landscape plan, just, I guess, identifying these changes, the biosphere in this location, which is far away from pedestrian. Keep in mind that this is not actually a pond. It's just a catchment zone for natural percolation of rainwater. And then some recommended and proposed planting of native plants for this area that are drought resistant as well as seasonally appropriate. So this just identifies that we're wanting to support an interest for sustainable design and constructed facility. Our intent is to apply green building principles where possible into both of the project's design and long-term operations. It's very important to us as the project team. In support of the project's goal of an energy efficient building, a combination of high performance building envelope, mechanical system, and electrical design will be considered from the start of the design and fully integrated throughout. From a demand management perspective, the plan will be to balance the project's heating and cooling loads through the use of passive design elements such as envelope and limit the inclusion of more active mechanical approaches where feasible. And the intent of using a cool roof system to accommodate the same intent with higher thermal emittance. This will also enhance the roof durability and reduce building cooling loads and the urban heat island effect. Since this is actually in the middle of a parking lot, we want to mitigate that as much as possible. We're also intending to make sure this is commissioned and maintained in the same way with the same sustainable principles in mind. And this just comments on the maintenance of indoor air quality for inhabitants by using healthy materials, sourcing materials and products that have low VOCs or volatile organic compounds to ensure lower off-gassing and health for the occupants. Waste generated on site during construction will be addressed through a comprehensive waste management plan, and the high performance materials and assemblies will be selected where feasible to reduce the building's overall life cycle impact on the environment. And I breezed through it, but I just wanted to make sure that I was respecting your time limit. So please, if you have any questions, we're here for you.
Well, thank you very much. There'll likely be questions later on when we deal with the development permit. So I'd like a motion that council rise and report. I can't, just a sec here.
Moved.
Moved by Councillor Stortaboom, second, Councillor Wallace. All those in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Carries. Okay, the next item is the adoption of the minutes, and we have a number of sets of minutes. So if there's no objection, we can consider them all in one motion. Any objection? No. So a motion that the minutes of the following meetings be adopted as circulated: the regular meeting minutes from July 25th, special pre-closed meeting minutes from August 8th and September 6th, 2022, and a special meeting minutes from September 15th, September 20th, and September the 27th. Are there any corrections to these minutes? To look for a motion to approve. Councillor James, Councillor Pakal, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. So the next item is the business arising from Committee of the Whole, Bylaw 3227, the Financial Plan, 2022-2026 Bylaw Amendment, the final reading of a bylaw to amend the 2022 to 2026 capital improvement plan. And as said before, there's various projects. And a motion, please, that the bylaw cited as financial plan 2022 to 2026. Bylaw 2022, number 3194, amendment number 2, bylaw 3227 be read a final time. Mover, Councillor Albrecht, Councillor Stordeboom. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And the next item is the development permit application DP 0422 6141 200th Street. The development of a 746 square meter restaurant. And the motion is that the development permit application number 0422 for the development of a 746 square meter restaurant at 6141 200th Street be approved. Motion. Councillor Stordeboom, Councillor Pakal, any discussion? Councillor Stordeboom?
Yes, thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. I really appreciate the application, and I want to say that I really respect the idea that this is a redevelopment of an existing that will add value to the community by providing a variety of services and products that we don't have. So I'd like to thank KTWB for seeing this opportunity and choosing to do business in the city of Langley. I welcome you and I invite the rest of my council colleagues to support the application. Thank you, Madam Mayor, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Pakal?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And through the Deputy Mayor, I just wanted to thank the applicants for making those changes on the 200th Street corridor around the visual interest and also the connectivity for pedestrians and other active modes of transportation between 200th and your site. I know it's very auto-oriented today, but with SkyTrain coming in a few years, and I know there's going to be a lot of probably infill redevelopment in that area, I think it really sets the stage. And since it's kitty corner to another restaurant that is of a high quality as well, I think it's, replacing a rather worn, I guess, intersection on maybe two corners with something that's quite modern and quite architecturally interesting. So that's all I wanted to add. Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Or is there any other discussion? Okay, I'm going to call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the next, thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
The next item is the mayor's report, and the upcoming meeting is the inaugural council meeting of November the 7th and the regular council meeting of November the 21st. And a recreation update from Kim Hilton, our Director of Recreation, Culture and Community Services. Kim?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Martin. Can you see my screen here?
Yep.
Great. So we have our update for Recreation, Culture and Community Services for October 2022. We are going to start, hopefully, there we go, with our art mix. So I think we're happy to say we have a great partnership with Langley Arts Council, and this is our second class that's running in the fall. It's geared towards ages 11.5 to 15. It's here at Tim's Community Center, and the youth have an opportunity to learn a wide variety of art techniques, including painting, sketching, drawing, and other various techniques. And you could be a beginner or you can be an advanced artist, and the instructor will lead the class. To register, you can phone 604-514-2940. And that program runs November 14th right through to December 19th. Then we have, this is exciting. Everyone should come out and watch it. This Bali X Express group fitness. I was going to register this Friday, but it's full already. So you have to get in early if you want to have some fun. But it is running on Fridays here at Tim's Community Center from 12 to 12:45. Regular admission fees do apply. You do need to register in advance. To phone, you can phone 604-514-2940. It looks like it's a lot of fun. So that's Bali X Express Group Fitness. One of our new instructors is teaching this. And I apologize in advance for the photo. It doesn't match up with what we're promoting here, but our boys soccer, we have two programs running. We have the Learn to Train soccer program, which runs Tuesdays from 6 to 7, grades 6 to 8. And then we have the Train to Train, and that's Mondays 6:30 to 7:30 and grades 9 to 12. So we're building on our preschool program with parents and preschool program without parents, and then the fundamentals, and we come into this Learn to Train and Train to Train. So it's a continuum of skill development with our youth and children here in Langley City. We do have chair yoga starting up again on November 1st, right through December 13th. This is a popular program as well. And again, it's here at Tim's Community Center. To register, you can phone 604-514-2940. It is also a very popular program. So if you're interested, please do call 604-514-2940. Also, our Get Up and Go program. This is an entry-level fitness program for older adults who are at risk for injury due to trips and falls. It will help you improve your strength, your balance, and coordination. It's a lot of fun also to socialize and get connected with other members in your community. This runs Mondays, and it does start next Monday. 10:45 in the morning to 11:45. So again, you need to register. So phone 604-514-2940. We see a lot of the participants in this program slowly moving up to other classes that are running also. So it's great to see them up and at them. So now this is the girls soccer program with the matching photo. Yes, we did manage that. And again, we have two different levels. We have the grades 6 to 8 and then the grades 9 to 12. So it's Learn to Train and then a little bit more advanced Train to Train running in November and December. So to register, you can phone 604-514-2940 and you can see the cost is very manageable at $30 for the 5 classes. Pilates, we have a mat class level 1, Thursdays from 9 to 10. I think I have to retire so I can start doing some of this fun stuff because it's right in the middle of the workday. But here at Tim's Community Center, November and December, again, pre-registration is required. And then, wow, our youth drop-in programs. I have to tell you, our youth night has just totally exploded. Saturday nights from 6 to 9:30, we've been having over 80 youth showing up. We've had to add more staff to help with the supervision. The gym is full of activity with volleyball, basketball. We have art classes. We have the games room. We have cooking going on. So the kids get some food as well. So it's very popular. That's Saturdays. And again, you just need to use your track and fitness pass or games and track pass, sorry, which is $20 for the year. To come in and participate with any of these programs. So basketball on Tuesdays, badminton Wednesdays, teen time on Thursdays, open gym, which again is really popular on Fridays, and then our youth night. So please drop down. We have been touring some of the HD Stafford classes through our facility in conjunction with the library, which has been fantastic, getting the kids in grade 6 really comfortable with our facility and then joining us on youth nights. So great job by our programmer, Taryn. And youth hip hop. So another fun activity. This is Saturdays 2 to 3, starting in November for youth, grades 6 to 8. Again, to register, you can phone 604-514-2940. And this is out of Tim's Community Center. My mouse isn't working, and that's my presentation. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Hilton. As usual, you have lots going on. Are there any questions? Councillor Storteboom.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. I just want to say thank you one more time to Ms. Hilton and her team. It's so exciting to see how all these programs are becoming available again. They're as exciting and dynamic as ever before. Through this time of COVID, I know it's been a challenging matter for staff to go through, but my compliments to you. You and your team have done a fantastic job for us. So I just wanted to say thank you one more time and certainly wish you well. Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Storteboom.
Any other questions? Great. Well, thanks very much, Kim. Rudy said it all. You do have a lot going on. You do a fantastic job. Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
So the next item is bylaws, bylaw 3226, the permissive tax exemption bylaw. And it's the final reading of a bylaw to exempt certain lands and improvements from municipal taxation for the year 2023. And I'd like a motion that the bylaw cited as permissive tax exemption bylaw number 23. Bylaw 2023, number 3226 be read a final time. A motion?
Move.
Counselor Sorderboom, Counselor Albrecht, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And the administrative reports, the results of the 2022 local government and school trustee elections. A motion that the, excuse me, report of the chief election officer dated October 19th, 2022, regarding the results of the 2022 local government and school trustee elections be received for information. Motion, Councillor Wallace, Councillor Stordeboom, any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The next is the asset management grant application, rephrasing of a council resolution. The motion is that council rescind the following motion passed at the September 20th, 2022 special council meeting. That council endorses the UBCM Local Government Development Approvals Program grant application for the development of asset life cycle cost and risk analysis, and that the remaining project budget will be funded within the City of Langley's approved 2022 capital plan. That council endorses the UBCM 2022 Asset Management Planning Program grant application for the development of an asset life cycle cost and risk analysis. That the city provide overall grant management, and that the remaining project budget will be funded within the City of Langley's approved 2022 capital plan. Motion? Councillor Pakal, Councillor James, any discussion? Call the question. All those in favor, opposed, motion carries. And the next motion is on the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund grant application. The motion is that the City Council support. Sorry, I've just lost. The application by the Langley City Fire Rescue Services for $25,356 grant from the Community Emergency Preparedness Fund for equipment and funding. Motion? Councillor Wallace, Councillor Stordeboom. Any discussion? Councillor Stordeboom.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor. Just quickly to say, I want to thank staff for all of the hard work that they do in finding us grant application money. I think that they do an exceptional job, and they certainly make life that much more affordable for our community. So I just want to say thank you to the Fire Rescue Service and all of our staff who make these applications for us, find that money to make our city and our taxes in particular more affordable. Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll go on to new and unfinished business. There's notice of motions and notice of motions, the mayor's gala. It's quite lengthy. Is there a mover? For the second time, is there a mover?
I have a question. Is when you say,
Councillor Wallace.
yeah, when you say it's basically if it's lengthy, that it's too long to read, or what do you mean by that?
Yes, exactly. I can read it if you like.
Nope, it's fine. I think we have it in our just for the public. I think it would be, if they were interested, that they would know what it's about. So I'm fine with it.
Would council like me to read the motion?
No.
All those for no? Okay. Okay, for the third time, is there a mover? Okay, that is off the table. And the second motion is the governance review. And again, it's very lengthy. If you'd like me to read it, I will. Would you like me to read this?
No, thank you.
Okay, I'll ask for a mover. Councillor
Oh,
Wallace.
sorry.
Councillor Wallace. Councillor Wallace, did you have your hand up?
Yep, I did.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just moving it. You asked if somebody wanted to move
Oh,
it.
a mover, okay. Is there a seconder? For the second time, is there a seconder of the motion? Third and final time, is there a seconder? Okay, that is off the table. Thank you. Okay, under correspondence, we have the Medical Radiation Technologists Week, September the 20th, or week of 2022.
Sorry, Deputy
November.
Mayor, I believe there was an item that was added to the agenda here. I think Councillor Pahal had something added to the agenda here. Is that correct, Councillor Pahal?
Isn't it under new
Yes.
business? Wouldn't it be under new business?
This is where we usually do. I'm sorry. Yes, we have new business. Yes, you're correct. I'm sorry. I was jumping ahead of the game. Sorry.
That's okay. So the correspondence is Medical Radiation Technologists Week 2022 from November 6th to the 12th, 2022. And
I'll
it's from
move.
the Canadian
I'll-
Association of Medical Radiation Technologists. Someone have something to
I'll-
say?
I'll move receipt.
Second,
Seconder? All those in favor?
aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, under new business, Councillor Pakal.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And I know in other periods of time, we would be meeting in person and there'd generally be a little bit of a acknowledgement of the service of folks that were on council but are no longer serving. So I just wanted to take this time to acknowledge you, Councillor Stortaboom. I worked with you originally in, I think, starting in 2007-8 timeframe with the Valtac and trying to get the interurban here into Langley and out to Chilliwack. And I really appreciated the advice and encouragement along my journey in politics and advocacy in the community. And especially, the times we were able just to, discuss city matters, whether it was at UBCM or FCM. And I really appreciated the opportunity to spend some time with you at FCM this year. And also to acknowledge Councillor Martin as well. I've really valued your insight over the 7 years that I've served on council. You've brought a lot of knowledge about the decisions that council's made over the years, a wealth of insight over the 30+ years you've served our community, and the tremendous work you've done at Metro Vancouver as a parks chair, as the chair of the Fraser Valley Regional Library, being able to work with the folks on there implementing fantastic programs beyond just books and making libraries really a knowledge center. And I guess I can't say enough about that, Councillor Martin, and then also your service on ECOM. I will miss both of you, and it was an honor to serve with both of you over the 7 years that I was a councillor. Thank you to both of you.
Thank you, Councillor Pakal. Councillor Stortaboom, or sorry, Councillor Pakal, or sorry, Councillor Albrecht.
Yeah, thank you, Deputy Mayor Martin. And if I'm on a little bit of a delay, I'm coming to you from a fair distance, so hopefully you can bear with me and it comes through. And I too want to echo Councillor Pahal's sentiments towards Councillor Stortaboom and Martin. Me specifically, with Councillor Martin, you've been an incredible council colleague. You've been a great mentor, whom I have valued incredibly, and most of all, a very good friend. So thank you. And to Councillor Stortaboom, your insight, your perspective, and your wisdom that you've brought to the table has been greatly appreciated by me. And that's the type of thing that makes democracy work. The types of points of view and the willingness to speak your mind honestly and openly, being respected and taken at face value is the best way for us to exercise those democratic responsibilities and make sure that we make proper decisions that are fulsome in their review and evaluation. So thank you both so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Albrecht. Councillor James.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, or thank you, Deputy Mayor. Yeah, I just want to, I'm very emotional about this. I've had the pleasure of working with Councillor Storteboom for 7 of his 11 years on council, and Councillor Martin for 13 of her 32 years of service to this community. This is just the beginning. We've become friends. This is not the end. I know I'll be seeing both of you at different tables now. I just really want to commend both of you for your service to the community. And again, there's so much historical information that comes with that 32-year knowledge. People don't realize it, but decisions that are made today oftentimes are a reflection of decisions made 10, 15 years ago. And just being there as a reference, I hope you continue to do that for us as we move forward into the next exciting 4 years. But from the bottom of my heart, working with you both has been a genuine pleasure. This is genuine democracy. We don't always agree, but we certainly do discuss. And more importantly, we come to a consensus. And once a decision's made, it's supported by all of us. So thank you for your unwavering support. And I hope you both get to enjoy a little bit more free time now. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Councillor James. Councillor Storteboom.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor, and thank you, Mayor-elect Pahal, for your kind and generous motion to give me a chance to kind of wrap up a big part of my life here with a few words, so please bear with me. I also want to thank Councillor Albrecht and Councillor James for their generous remarks as well. You've been good to me and I appreciate knowing you. It's been a pleasure to serve with you. I want to thank my family, friends, supporters, and all voters in this election as well. After 20 years and 3 terms on City Council, I've done my duty. I've fulfilled my responsibility to the residents of Langley City. And I've enjoyed learning, growing, making friends, attending your meetings, events, and activities. And I want to thank you all for including me. I also want to thank all the election candidates for making themselves available to serve. For those who were not elected, I'd like to invite you to please consider joining city committees to learn more about the community that you love. This is where collaboration thrives and prepares you for service in the future. Best wishes for our new Langley City Mayor and Council. This is the biggest change in representation at Langley City Council in over 3 decades. During this election campaign, voters throughout our region voted for change. The top issues were around housing, affordability, homelessness, mental health, and substance dependency and abuse. For the most part, Langley City Council delivered the services required to provide for a livable community and a better quality of life. It is these provincial responsibilities that are falling to council now. Please let me challenge our new council to choose advocacy for residents, transparency in business, and receptivity for input every day. Special thanks for Langley City staff and workers for their unwavering due diligence in serving our community and helping me to do my best. I gave my all because your example made me want to be a better person. Also, a tip of the hat to Metro Vancouver colleagues and staff for your generous respect as well. Moving forward, I have to say that with only 18% of eligible voters choosing to engage in this election, I am concerned about the integrity of our municipality. Without exercising our democratic privilege, we are vulnerable to special interests controlling our community's agenda and how our tax dollars are collected and spent. Langley City is where your rubber meets the road ahead. Please look to choose and promote the helpers and the volunteers to lead us into the future. Our city was established by volunteers. When I came to council, I offered myself as an agent for change. Now, change is coming to us more and faster than ever. During my time as a volunteer and elected representative, we've experienced significant changes and we've accomplished a tremendous lot. Langley City's future is still bright and full of promise. I trust that everyone will be included in what lies ahead for Langley City. Thank you for the honor and the privilege to serve as your representative on Langley City Council. I'm reinventing myself now with gratitude and best wishes for all. I'm just about gone. Thank you, Madam Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Sturdivant. Councillor Wallace.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your comments. My voice is going. I just want to congratulate and everybody that ran in this election and the hard work that it takes to run for an election. I wish Mayor Val all the best in her next journey in life, and I know that she's not here, so I'll thank her for her service. And go back to two people that are here and thank them for their commitment and their work to their service to Langley City and beyond. And both of you served on Metro Vancouver, so congratulations to you both. Yeah, I'm going to miss you both. I've served with both of you for many years, and I'm going to miss, and I think I've already sent this to Councillor Martin, I'm going to miss library happenings because you're so passionate and the way that you deliver it, and just not even in the delivering of it, just the work that you do behind the scenes and the development of programs and how important our libraries are for us. And Rudy, you as well in your service and the many areas that you volunteer within our community. I am so grateful that I got to go with both of you to UBCM this year. It was a wonderful, nobody knew what was going to happen. Nobody ever does in an election, but it was really nice to spend some really great quality time with you and to meet the many ministers that we did and to have both your voices at the table. So I commend you and I honor you, and I wish you both the best in your next journey. And of course, we will see you at other tables and events. You're a big part of our community, so thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me, Councillor Wallace. Councillor Albrecht? Oh, you're just clapping, I see. Well, I have nothing prepared, but let me just say that in 1990, 32 years ago, when I was first elected to Langley City Council, my son was 6. He's now 38. I have an 8-year-old granddaughter and a 6-year-old grandson, which I am totally so proud of, and thank them for my support. I'd also like to congratulate my colleagues who were re-elected. It's been a real pleasure serving with each and every one of you. And as was said prior to this, not only are we colleagues, but we've become friends, and that is more important to me than anything. To the electorate of Langley City, thank you for the honor of serving you for 32 years. 32 years, I've seen a lot of changes in our community. And as far as I'm concerned, they're changes for the best. It was just so different 32 years ago when I got elected. The things that we have to deal with today weren't even heard of back in 1990. To the staff, and I'm going to name them all: Francis Chung, our CAO, Darren Light, Kim Hilton, Rick Baumhoff, Carl Johansson, Beckett Zeller, Paula Cusack, Scott Kennedy, Kelly Kenny, Roy Beto, Graham Flack. I have always said to everybody, we have the best staff in Metro Vancouver. You're second to none. And I can't thank you enough for the support that you've shown me over the past 32 years. A lot of you have been here all that time. Some of you are newer than that, but it doesn't matter. You all are just excellent, excellent employees, and the city is so lucky to have you all. And I'm going to miss all of you too. So once again, thank you for the honor of serving the city for 32 years, and I wish you all the best in the future. Thank you very much. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'm going to look for a motion that the meeting be adjourned. Motion?
Sorry.
Councillor
Deputy
Sturdivant,
Mayor, we
Councillor,
just need a motion to hold a closed meeting first.
oh, right, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
So moved.
Okay, so a motion to hold a closed meeting, that the council meeting immediately following this meeting be closed to the public as the subject matter being considered relates to items which comply with the following closed meeting criteria specified in section 90 of the community charter, labor relations or other employee relations, and the acquisition, disposition, or expropriation of land or improvements. If the council considers that disclosure could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the community. So a motion. Moved by Councillor Sturdivant, seconded by Councillor James. All those in favor? Opposed, motion carries, and a motion that the meeting adjourn.
Moved.
Councillor Sturdivant, Councillor Wallace. Thank you all very much. And once again, thank you very much for the privilege of serving you.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening.